Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Samantha. Thank you so much for joining me. So today we have an exciting DIY and we're going to be making a DIY oat and aloe deep conditioner. So this deep conditioner can help to really moisturize and nourish hair that's in need of a lot of TLC, and it can also help to soften dry, brittle hair and therefore prevent breakage. So our first ingredient is going to be oats, which we've used on this channel quite a few times because they are amazing for the hair, but they're also amazing for the scalp. And if you've been here for a while, you'll know that I do focus on scalp health because it's important to look after your scalp. Healthy hair grows out of a healthy scalp. So oats are packed with minerals and vitamins, and it has been shown that eating oats is actually one of the best ways to encourage healthy hair growth from the inside. But you can also benefit by using oats on your hair and scalp, and that's because they can add moisture to the hair because they form this wonderful moisturizing gel which can also help to detangle your hair but also add those minerals and vitamins to your hair strands. The next ingredient is another familiar one. It is aloe vera. So I was quite lucky enough to find these big ones, but if you can only find the small ones, you can use those as well. So aloe vera is one of my favorite ingredients because again it has many benefits for both the hair and the scalp. So most of what's in that gel, which is in the middle, is water, so that's going to be really moisturizing, but it's also loaded with vitamins and minerals, and it also has enzymes which can help to clean the scalp and therefore help to nourish the scalp, and it can also help to boost growth when used consistently. One use is not going to be enough, so you do need to use it consistently in order for you to see the benefits. So I love using aloe vera. It also forms a gel which is really slippery and can help with detangling. And then because we want this to be really moisturizing, we're going to add honey because it is a good humectant. So humectants have the ability to draw in moisture into the hair and help the hair to retain the moisture. So if you don't have honey, if you've got glycerin, you can use glycerin instead because glycerin is also another really good humectant. And then just to enrich in this deep conditioner, I'm going to add a little bit of shea butter. If you don't have shea butter or you don't like using shea butter, you can use mango butter instead, or even cocoa butter. That will be all right. Alternatively, you can just use an oil, something like olive oil or sunflower oil will be good. And then we're going to need a blender. So first of all, I'm just going to prepare the aloe vera. So it's always a good idea just to soak it in water for a few minutes because that gets rid of any toxins, and sometimes you get this yellow stuff coming out of aloe vera. So if you soak it for a few minutes in water, all that stuff will come out and then it's less irritating. And then I'm only going to make enough for one session, so I'm adding a quarter cup of oats, but you can add more. And what I recommend is that you watch the whole video so that you see what consistency I'm going to get, and then you can tweak this recipe yourself. So I'm adding 1.5 cups of boiling water. I'm just using boiling water just to speed things up, rather than wait for cold water to boil on its own. And then we're going to cook the oats over medium heat until they start to thicken and the oats are cooked. And that way you start to see they will start to form a gel. So it took my oats about 12-15 minutes for them to get to this consistency, and I just wanted to be a little bit on the runny side, which is why I left it with still some water in the oats. But if you want yours to be thicker, then I recommend that you cook the oats until all of the water has evaporated because you can tweak it later. And now I'm just going to take that off the hob and then allow it to cool down just a little bit. In the meantime, I'm going to prepare the aloe vera. So essentially you want to remove the thorns at the sides. Just use a sharp knife to do that, and then slice it through the middle of that gel and then use a spoon to scoop it out. So aloe vera does get really slippery, so be careful when you're scooping it out, and that's why it's probably best to use a spoon rather than a knife, especially if you're using a small piece. So I'm just going to scoop out the gel as I'm demonstrating, and I'm putting it straight into my blending jug. So I didn't waste any bit of that aloe vera, and you see I kept those skins because I do use them to make an oil. I'll put a link to a video in which I showed you how I do that in the description box below. So I blended the aloe vera for about a minute or two just to break it down, but not completely. So once I blended the aloe vera for about a minute or two, I added the rest of the ingredients. I added all of the oats, and then I added 1 tablespoon of the honey, and then I added 1 tablespoon of melted shea butter. So you do need to melt it, otherwise it'll not mix very well with the rest of the ingredients. And then I blended everything for about a couple of minutes just to make sure that all of the aloe vera and the oats were well blended. And then after that I just strained it using the end of a pair of tight's, but you can use a wig cap or anything else that you normally use to strain with, but it needs to be something really fine that's going to catch all the fiber and the particles, otherwise it'll be a nightmare to get out of your hair. So here is our beautiful deep conditioner, and because I strained it, as you can see, there are no particles at all. So because it is quite runny on the liquid side, I'm actually going to put this into a bottle because it'll be easy to apply to my hair that way. And it still feels a little bit warm, which is perfect, particularly for my low porosity hair, because then that will help to help my hair to absorb all the goodness out of these ingredients. So it is a deep conditioner, so I've already shampooed my hair and I detangled it before I shampooed it. So now I'm just going to apply it to my hair. So I will also apply a small amount to my scalp because of the benefits that I mentioned earlier. This has good benefits for the scalp as well. And it rinses off very easily, so don't worry about getting product buildup or anything of the sort. So I'm just going to apply this throughout my hair, and as you can see, my hair was basically soaking this up. It was loving it. As you can see, it is quite running, so if you prefer something much thicker, then either add less water. So instead of 1.5 cups of water, you can add 1 cup, or you can add a little bit more oats. So you just tweak the recipe according to your preference. So this is just a guide. You don't have to follow it to the letter. So as you can see, my coils were being defined, and my hair, I could already feel the texture of my hair changing, that my hair felt really moisturized and nourished. So there is a difference between hydrated, which is just soaked up with water, and the moisturized, which is when your hair feels nice and soft and pliable. So that's the difference that I could actually feel almost immediately. So I went ahead and applied it throughout my hair, and then I covered my hair with a plastic bag, and then just left it in for about 45 minutes. So 30 minutes is still okay if you're in a hurry, but anything from 45 minutes to an hour is perfect, because then that allows your hair to really get all the benefits from the ingredients. So covering by plastic means that you're going to generate indirect heat, which will help with the absorption and make it even more effective, and that warmth will help to stimulate scalp circulation again, which will help the scalp to keep it healthy. So I left mine in for 45 minutes, and as you can see, my hair had literally soaked it all up. So there was still a little bit on the surface, but the majority had been soaked up because my hair really responded well to this. And as you can see, there was lots of bounce, lots of recoil, which is always a good sign. If your hair is coily or curly, you want to see that bounce, you want to see that recoil, because that is a sign that your hair is moisturized, hydrated, and healthy. So I rinsed it out with some warm water, and afterwards my hair felt really soft, beautiful texture. So because it was deep conditioner, I used an instant rinse out conditioner afterwards, just to close the cuticles, because as you know, when you use indirect heat, it opens up your cuticles, and you do want to close them, seal them, and that helps your hair to retain moisture even better. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you found it useful, and I do hope you try it. And if you do come back and let me know. Before I go, I just want to give my subscribers a massive thank you, because your love and support means everything to me. Thank you also to everybody who comes and engages with the content. So the comments, thumbs up, all of those things are really appreciated. So if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then please subscribe, and also please give the video a thumbs up. That really helps to support my channel in many ways. And I'll have a new video on the channel real soon, so if you don't want to miss a video, then just click the bell icon so that you'll be notified. So until next time, my lovelies, you take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and God bless. Bye for now, and see you soon.